may not be pretty and it may not be clean, but most definitely it is interesting. So my friends, today we are going to do some inner city photography. Oh, that's right. I call it urban street life photography, where you meet the real people that live in the neighborhood where you live and get to see how they behave every day. And I want to share with you some of the incredible, and I do mean incredible, art that you only find in the inner city. These giant murals made by people who get no recognition because they'll never get a chance, simply because of their zip code and because they're not afforded the same type of opportunities that people that come from outside these areas get. So I thought I'd take you around today and show you why maybe you should be more concerned about the things that go on in your inner city. Maybe you should be more diligent and become a better citizen. They have it hard enough. Our condescending ways and uncooperative attitude just makes their life worse. I just want to show you that they're actually no different than you and I. They are you and I. If it wasn't for our luck or our fortune, you and I would be in the same place. But let's walk around. Let's take some pictures. I'm telling you, the art here is phenomenal. And meet some of the people, hopefully, that live in this area. Or maybe if I don't get to meet them, at least I could show you. Oh, that's interesting. There's a downtown scooter that made it all the way up here. See? Just like you and me. They use the same cheap scooters to get around. Ain't no different. Which many of you may not know, but I come from a neighborhood like this. Way worse than this. I come from East New York and Brooklyn. And in East New York and Brooklyn, we laugh at neighborhoods like this. This is nothing. This is paradise, man. They got summer all year round. They got giant empty walls to create on. And the police here ain't that tough. They would rather let you go than lock you up. But like I said, let's get the camera out, get some pictures, show you what this neighborhood's really like. Not just what you're afraid when you drive by and you lock your doors and windows, but what it's just like your neighborhood. Everybody here just wants to do their thing, get paid, and go home to their loved ones. But again, like I said, incredible art around here. So, I am not saying that photography in the urban setting is going to be easy by any means whatsoever. You're going to have to take super extra care, keep a real tight, close grip on your equipment. Don't be very flashy. I would say only take out your camera with the lens you want on it already set up. You know, not that this is any different of an environment and you should be treating your equipment any different way no matter where you're at. But it's probably a little more to your benefit for you to be doing that, because things that go unattended tend to be found, even though they're not lost, if you know what I mean. So that would be number one. But outside of that, I'd say there probably is one other thing. People here seem to be really touchy, even more overly sensitive about being photographed. I already was stopped twice in the middle of taking these beautiful pictures by two different gentlemen who said, "I hope you're not taking pictures of me." I guess it's very vain to think that you're the center of my subject when I'm pointing at a wall, but you're not. But, you know, be prepared for that. Always let them know, you know, no way, shape, or form are you taking pictures of them. Unless you are, and if you are, bravo for you. Because really, it's your right. When you're out in public, there is no right to privacy. So, but to avoid a uncomfortable conflict in a part of town that you may be unfamiliar with, it's probably best if you just stick to your subject closely. It's also a great area to bring a model. If you want urban, really deep-looking, hardcore urban shots for somebody, yeah, here in the deep urban areas where you'll do the best. But so that's two things to keep in mind. Don't be flashing all your equipment, and minimize getting live walking, talking subjects in your shot. But I'll show you some of the ones I just got. Pretty cool, right? You're only gonna find it when you come down here. But let's just keep going and see what else we can find, huh? I'll give you some more tips. Not the best weather, pretty cloudy today. Wish it was a little sunnier, but I'm getting a late start, so it's not hurting me any which way. And I'm getting to put to use a lot of my skills, checking my exposure times, my balance, my aperture. It's fun. It's a pretty fun day. Like I said, let's move up the road and see what else we can find. So, some of the ways that these young entrepreneurs are making money is by selling their murals to different businesses. You see in these photos. Where they can either highlight the business or show community spirit, or even, you know, help put a good spotlight on the police. And you'll see this throughout the inner city neighborhoods all over. This talk about they don't want to do anything, they just want to hand out. Total bullshit. They just want to work like everybody else works. You can see in these photos that that these things were not done in any overnight fashion of time. They're true artworks that take quite a lot of manpower hours to get done, and expensive materials. The acrylic paint that you see in some of these, probably hundreds of dollars worth of paint, and they probably did the entire mural for a couple of $100. So, you know, their return is probably like 10% on what they put in as far as time, effort, and material. Just look at this one. It's a whole side of a building. I doubt the person that did it got more than a couple of $100. You and me know it costs more than a couple of $100 to paint a couple of rooms in my house. But this is some of the creative ways that artists in the inner city make their money. They have to be starving artists like all the rest of us sometimes and suck it up. But I mean, my goodness, you see the kind of talent we're talking about here? I couldn't reproduce that. Even in my best days as a graffiti artist in New York City, I was never at this level. This is a whole nother level of art. It's not graffiti, it's art. It's true art. That's street art at its finest. But it's getting a little late in the day. People are getting a little more touchy. Neighborhood's getting a little more spicy. As you can see, they have phenomenal police protection. They're all over the place all the time like that. And I kind of stick out. I wouldn't say like a sore thumb because I kind of fit in. I guess it's my attitude or whatever, but just walking around talking to the camera is not an everyday event here in the hood. In the inner city neighborhood, privacy is king. Cameras are for surveillance only, and so people walking around with them, talking to them, and catching things in the background makes a lot of people nervous. So we'll go around the neighborhood a little more, see if we can find some more interesting shots. Share that with you guys, and then we'll wrap it up. Because between the street corner businessmen, we'll call it, and the man with the badges, it's getting a little too spicy, even for me around here. Not that it makes me nervous, it's that I'd rather not spend the next few hours explaining myself sitting down somewhere, because, you know, I resemble more of the street corner people than I do the police people. But that's a whole nother story in a video for another day. Let's move along, like the man likes to say. Well, what a fantastic day. Like I tell you guys, you gotta get out. You gotta explore. Don't be afraid. Go to those neighborhoods that they say, oh, it's bad there. You know what you're gonna find there? Great art like this. And cool people. I haven't had a problem. I've been hanging out here all day. I tell you, I'm more uncomfortable with the police cruising by every 2 minutes than I am with the stares and looks I get of people that are like, what is this nut talking to the stick doing? Or why has he got a camera out taking pictures of me when I didn't give him permission for that? But they're not sure if I'm picturing them or not. I'm really focused on myself, like you can see. But I really truly think you can have a phenomenal experience in your own hometown if you just give it a chance. Go to that inner city area that makes people nervous. You know, don't be reckless. Don't run up to crowds of people and say, hey, be my friend, I'm a photographer. You know, keep it low key. I keep my camera down to my side. I take it out when I'm going to do my shots. I think it over before I get out and start working. This way it lessens the appeal of who and what I am and what I'm up to. And, you know, I'm just dressed in my everyday clothes, nothing special. Just some blue jeans and a t-shirt. Like everybody else down here. Like I said, ain't no one here no different. You're not going to find that people in the inner city where you live have 3 arms or 4 eyes. Nope, just like you and me. Just happen to live in an area where maintenance and upkeep is not exactly something that people are prideful about. They're very discouraged here. They're lacking opportunities, and when you have a lack of opportunity, you have a lot of despair. So it leads to, you know, this type of behavior where they don't want to care for their environment. And I get it. I've been there. You don't have an extra $1 to paint, or you don't have an extra $20 to make that wood repair, but, you know, you're still a good person. Doesn't mean you're evil or a criminal. Just means you're down on your luck, or, you know, your resources are tight. So don't be afraid to go to the inner city and explore. I put away all my jewelry. I would take my, you know, I would keep myself low key. I don't know about taking anything differently than I do right now. I mean, you're going to love what you see. It's going to be a shock to your system. It's good to shake yourself up every once in a while. Keeps you alive, makes you feel alive and fresh. Don't carry a lot of cash, so if anything does happen, you know, you're out $5 or $10 maybe. And again, that's really overstepping and, you know, talking out of turn, because, you know, these people aren't criminals. They're just financially hard. You know, they're financially hard up. They're coming from a place where they don't have an extra 5 or 10. 5 or 10 makes all the difference. So, y'all know how we do it on this channel. We treat everyone equal. We show love to all kinds, big, small, rich or poor, inner city, suburbs, or anywhere in between. And y'all know how we do it. Comment. Definitely want to see your comments on this one. Like. I love those likes. Can't complain. Love ya. And see y'all in the next one. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Go to the inner city. You'll be fine. Wait till you see. I'm going to put a bunch of pictures now here at the end. You tell me if it was worth it or not, right? It's definitely worth it. Trust me. Take a look at this gallery right here.